Hello all, getting back to this bag of inspiration project. Going to start doing the basics of the patterning. I'm going to cut right to the chase and I'm going to get right at this. So basically the long and short of it is measure, measure, measure. So I'm going to take a few measurements. I've got about 7.5 at the widest. It's about 14.5 length. So what I have here is these sheets of patterning plastic you can get at the big box supply store, whatever. It's for quilting and stuff. And I've got a pile of templates for what have you, making pretties. So basically I'm going to take this 7.5 that I've got here, and I'm going to take it out a little bit extra for seam allowances to 8.25. Keep your marks relatively accurate. This is for the main back panel. 8.25. We could go to 15. So 15.5. Maybe 16 to be. Yeah, let's go 16. That way I don't have to be obsessing over the seams. Okay, so what we're after here, get all of our marks lined up. And you can mark that out. It's a nice thing about this stuff is it's easy to work with. It's dead cheap, I think. Yeah, these are like $1.99 for a panel. Fantastic stuff. Comes in a lightweight and a heavyweight. This is the lightweight. I used all my heavyweight in a leather project. So we'll get that marked off. And then we're going to want to find the center. Of course, I had to pick a weird number, like 8.25. Alright. I guess that's not too overly weird. I'll go 4 1/8, and I'm just going to double check my math on that, and my math is only a little off. Erase my line. And start again. A little bit of rubbing alcohol on a piece of paper towel, and the line is gone. It's not exactly exciting television, I can say that much. Even less exciting YouTube. But this is the process. Getting the pattern accurate that works right is a bit challenging at times because every one you make is going to have exactly the same flaw until you correct it in your pattern, or at least make yourself notes on your pattern to not keep making the same mistake. Having a few different color markers works really slick too, so you can differentiate the lines. Back to this. So then I'm going to do my center mark. And that, for some reason, oh yeah, I'm having issues. Let's see here. 4 1/8. 4 1/8. Now the issues is the goofy squares and the stuff below. That screws me up a lot. Something to keep in mind if you are working on a cutting mat like this and you're not cutting square or marking square to it. Okay, and that is my center mark. I know this is a lot for one panel, but this is kind of really, in reality, it's the big show. It's you know, a huge component of this particular pack. Like the strap, well, that's going to be pretty simple. That's kind of a no-brainer. I mean, right there, bam. I mean, I've pretty much got my pattern. Maybe just a little bit wider or something like that. Let's see here. Oh, yeah. Back to what my brain was doing before I saw the squirrel. I'm going to find something that kind of matches the radius in here next. And I'm thinking, that's not too bad. So, for that, I'm going to switch colors again here. And I'm going to do my main pattern in this green, I think. Green for go. I like that. Okay, and then the same thing here. Line up our tick marks. Make sure everything's kind of square-ish. It's fabric. It is not going flying to the moon. Okay. Now what we have here is our widest point, which is our widest point, obviously. What we need to do is figure a gentle taper up to this 3-inch point, which for the purposes of our pattern is going to be 3.5, because we have seam allowances. So we'll go to 1 3/4, 1 3/4. Okay, that's the top of our world. Let's see here. I don't know, but I'll just throw a little bit of a radius on there. Would be easier to do. If I knew where the other line was. So I think what I'm going to do, I'm going to grab this tool here. See if there's anywhere roughly I can match it up. Oh, wow, look at that. Okay. Wow, that's fantastic. And that comes to about 3 inches from it. Ay, ay, ay. Merry Christmas to me. All right. So I think what we're going to do then is just go just like that. Then flip it over. And same thing. And as far as I'm concerned, that is going to be close enough, because like I said, I'm not doing an exact copy. It's going to be close. But I've got, as you can see, things are a little bit oversized. That is all for seam allowance. I don't know, somewhere between 1/4 inch and 3/8 seam allowance on it. So basically, all the way along here, yeah, this would be the size of the actual bag. So, and I just want to put a few notes on my pattern. And see, anchor strap, one there, one there. There is a zipper compartment. Not sure if we're married to that idea or not, but we shall find out. Just kind of throw the idea in there. Okay. So I think my plan is I'm going to mock one up in Dyneema first. I think. Maybe not. I don't know. See how I feel on the given day. But like I said, this here, I like to just use what I can find quick and easy. So basically, we're looking for that, for the strap. No, I could even... Since I have an extra piece here. I've got 3.5 inches to play with here, maybe. Oh yeah. Well, actually, that's just perfect. I'll just take it there, and it's got a small taper on it toward the end, and that is just a matter of kind of the same thing that we did before. We'll just pick an arbitrary number where we want it to taper from. I'm going to go 4 inches. Use the grid lines on the cutting mat. And make my marks for my taper to begin. I'm going to taper it in just, let's go 3/4 of an inch. That isn't quite that much. Let's just go 1/2 inch so that we can use the marks on the cutting mat. Whoop. All right. And we'll find a spot that we want to use. And a little bit. There we go. I like to mark the point A and point B when I do this. Just makes it easier. Try and get it a little bit closer to what you want. All right. So there we have our strap, our main strap with our seam allowances. We have our main back panel with our seam allowances and a few notes here and there. Let's see here. It's about 16-ish. I'm just going to put a note on here. A question mark, because I may or may not want to adjust that given how it attaches in here. Definitely, being that it's a single strap, want to give it enough meat to hold. All right, so there we have it. I think that's as far as I'm going to go for today. I think that's plenty enough watching paint dry. So I'm going to cut these out. Just stuff is really easy to work with. Just get your pattern lined up with your lines and your rulers and your straight edge, and just gently make sure you keep following the ruler, or you will have an oopsie. And it's that easy to cut. Basically, you can cut it out with scissors also. I think. Coincidentally, I put non-skid on the back of all my tools that I use for slicing and dicing. When you're working with a $30 a yard piece of fabric and it slips, it can make you want to cry a little bit. Let's just check and see if scissors work. I've already tried scissors before. Not sure if I'm going to like the concept. Yeah, seems all right. Okay, so there you have it. 2 ways to cut the stuff. Oh, actually did a really nice job. Anyway, so yeah, let's give it a little slice here, and then save all these little pieces because you never know, what you're going to need for a pattern. There you go. Wallet size. My wallet pattern's 2 pieces of this stuff. This is the heavier weight. You can see it. You can see it or not, but it's quite a bit more substantial. Anyway, thanks for joining me on this. And we'll try not to go so long on the next one. I need to get this rocking. So thanks again, and talk to you later.